I am Phi. For too long I have witnessed the suffering of the Volkai. I have heard the lash of whips against prostrate backs, felt the ache of hunger, and smelled the sickly sweetness of smoldering corpses. The first man I killed was a young soldier, one of many guarding a caravan laden with silk bound for the royal court at Ashfahan. To the raid leader, I proved myself to be the fastest and fiercest ninja on the field of battle, and once the silk was sold to the merchants of the Red Deserts, that single raid saved my village from starvation. Guided by my mother's wisdom, I bring bloody justice to the selfish and the cruel. I strike with the blistering speed of the phoenix and burn my cause into the hearts of friend and foe alike. A cause that will see the Volkai and the Draci stand together instead of tearing each other apart.
Today we will be looking at Phi Rising Rebellion. If you don't know the fundamentals and general game mechanics, I strongly suggest watching the Learn to Play guide by Legend Story Studio. Link will be in the description. Phi was first introduced in the Flesh and Blood set Uprising back in June 2022. Molten cleansing events instigated by the Imperials routinely raze the settlements of the Volkai people. Yet a phoenix will always rise from the ashes to soar once more. Phi has the ability to start the game with a phoenix flame in his graveyard, and once per turn, at instant speed, you can pitch 3 resources to return the phoenix flame to your hand. But this instant ability costs 1 resource less for each draconic chain link you control, meaning you control 3 or more draconic chain links, phoenix flames will cost 0. We'll have a look at Phoenix Flame shortly. Anytime a hero plays a non-attack action, this breaks the current combat chain. When there is a mention of a Draconic chain link, this means the attack action card used has the mention Draconic Action Attack at the bottom. Note that both Draconic Ninja and Draconic Only attack actions will work here. There are a few weapon choices when playing Phi, but today we will look at his signature weapon, the Searing Ember Blade. This two-handed sword weapon can only be wielded by draconic ninjas such as Phi. It mentions, once per turn action, for 2 resources attack. If you control 2 or more draconic chain links, Searing Ember Blade has go again. Note that this weapon counts as a draconic chain link as well. As you journey with Phi, you will have access to the ninja, draconic, and generic card pool. To keep this guide as simple as possible, I will mainly focus on the cards from the Uprising set, with some exceptions. Note that there are many great Phi builds that utilize cards from other sets. Let's have a look at some budget ninja and draconic equipment that can be used with this hero. Heatwave. Instant. Destroyed Heatwave. Phoenix Flames. You control gain +1 attack power until the end of turn. This is great if you can play multiple Phoenix Flames in one turn. Secondly, this equipment also has Quell 1. If your hero would be dealt damage, you may pay 1 resource to prevent 1 of that damage. If you do, destroy Heatwave at the beginning of the end phase. This is great if you have to prevent multiple instances of 1 damage on 1 turn, but do note that when you use one of the abilities on this card, this equipment will be destroyed. Sash of Sendikai is pretty straightforward. Instant. Destroy Sash of Sendikai. Gain 1 resource. Activate this ability only if you played a red card this turn. So this means this can be any red card. Tide Flippers is one of his notable equipment in the leg slot. For starters, this ninja equipment has built-in Arcane Barrier 1. This will be extremely useful against heroes that deals arcane damage, such as wizards, rune blades, and illusionists. Secondly, as an attack reaction, you can destroy the Tide Flippers and the target action card with 2 or less base attack power gains go again. Before we look at other class-specific equipment, let's look at the specific Draconic Ninja class cards. Many of Phi's Draconic attacks are at their strongest when paired with other Draconic attacks, a reflection that the Volkai's power comes from their devotion to their cause. Firstly, let's have a look at Phoenix Flame. If you control 2 or more Draconic chain links, Phoenix Flame has +1 attack power. As you may notice, Phoenix Flame starts with 0 attack power, meaning if you start your chain link with this attack action card, it will be only coming in for 0. You will need to control at least one Draconic attack action card in order to give the Phoenix Flame +1 attack power. It is very important to note that the Draconic attack action itself counts as the chain link, meaning if you play one Draconic attack action and then Phoenix Flame, this will count as 2 Draconic chain links. Some Draconic ninja cards will have simple Go Again, but some will need a condition to be met to gain Go Again. Let's check out a few. Lava Vein Loyalty says, if you control 2 or more Draconic chain links, Lava Vein Loyalty has Go Again. This simply means that you will need to control a Draconic attack action before playing Lava Vein Loyalty, in order for this one to gain Go Again. Other cards such as Cinderskin Devotion has the same line of text. Let's look at one last conditional Go Again card, one of my personal favorites, Blaze Headlong. If you played another red card this turn, Blaze Headlong has Go Again. This one only requires you to play a red card of any type this turn, meaning it doesn't need to be in the same combat chain. There are a few other Draconic cards that have interesting interactions with your Phoenix Flame if you played another red card this turn. Flame Call Awakening. When you attack with Flame Call Awakening, if you played another red card this turn, you may search your deck for a Phoenix Flame, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Go Again. By itself, this card is a 3 attack power and Go Again. If you've played a red card before, then you can get a Phoenix Flame out of your library. Inflame is very similar. By itself, it's a 1 attack power with Go Again. But if you played another red card before this one this turn, you can get a Phoenix Flame from your graveyard. Note, your once per turn instant hero ability is still available here. Some other Ninja Draconic cards will have important on-hit effects. Let's look at a few examples. When Mounting Anger hits, you may banish an attack action card from your hand, which costs less than the number of Draconic chain links you control. If you do, it gains +1 attack power, and you may play it this turn. Go Again. Let's say you pitch one resource and play Mounting Anger as chain link 1, and it hits. Looking at your 2 other cards in hand, you can choose to banish one that has less than the number of Draconic chain links you control. Right now, you only control 1 Draconic chain link from Mounting Anger. The only card here you could banish here is Ronin Renegade, since it's the only one that costs less than 1. Banish it, and you may play it this turn, and it will gain +1 attack power. Rising Resentment has the same function, but if this one hits, the card banished cost will be reduced by 1 resource. In order to be successful at controlling Draconic chain links, it's to have a large amount of Draconic attack action cards in your deck. But if you wish to play non-Draconic attack action cards, you can play Brand with Cinderclaw. Brand with Cinderclaw says, your next attack this combat chain is Draconic, in addition to its other card types. Go Again. This means by playing Brand with Cinderclaw before a non-Draconic attack action on the same chain link, it will give that card that distinction, and your Draconic chain link will not be broken. Draconic heroes have access to a few powerful finishers. Let's look at a few. Breaking Point. Rupture. If Breaking Point is played as chain link 4 or higher, it has, when this hits a hero, destroy all cards in their arsenal. This one can be quite crushing, especially if your opponent is keeping a key card in arsenal. We must remember that at a minimum there has been 3 other attack action cards played on this chain, but note, there is actually no mention of Draconic chain links here. Lava Burst is another great one. Rupture. If Lava Burst is played as chain link 4 or higher, it has +3 attack power. For no cause, being able to play this as chain link 4 for 5 damage is quite good. All heroes have specific specialization cards that can only be played in their respective hero decks. For Phi, these are Red Hot and Rise Up. Contrary to other hero, Phi shares his specialization cards with another Draconic hero, Dromai. We will meet Dromai in a later video. Red Hot. Rupture. If Red Hot is played as chain link 4 or higher, it has, when you attack with this, reveal the top X cards of your deck, where X is the number of Draconic chain links you control. Deal damage equal to the number of red cards revealed this way to any targets, then shuffle. Let's say we fulfilled the Rupture condition and played Red Hot as chain link 4, and 3 of the 4 were Draconic. This means X is 3. We then reveal the top 3 cards of our library. In this instance, let's say we reveal 2 red cards out of 3. This means Red Hot will be attacking for 4 physical damage and an extra 2 damage will be dealt. Rise Up. Rupture. If Rise Up is played as Chainlink 4 or higher, it has Dominate and plus X attack power, where X is twice the number of Phoenix Flames you control. Firstly, this card gains Dominate if the Rupture condition is fulfilled, meaning the defending hero can't defend with or play more than 1 defending card or defense reactions from their hand. Let's say that you control 1 Phoenix Flame on this chain link. The X value is 1, and it mentions X is twice the number of Phoenix Flames you control. This means Rise Up will attack for a total of 5 attack power and Dominate. Draconic heroes also have access to other notable non-attack action cards, but it is important to note that these do not count towards a chain link. Rise from the Ashes. The next Draconic or Ninja attack action card you play this turn gains plus 3 attack power for the red pitch, plus 2 attack power for the yellow, and plus 1 for the blue. Then you may return a Phoenix Flame from your graveyard to your hand without using the once per turn instant hero ability. Let's look at Uprising. Your next 4 Draconic attacks this turn gains plus 1 attack power. Go again. This one is quite simple, but do note that this will only pump your Draconic attacks. If you think Fi is in the cards for you, no pun intended, you will have access to higher quality equipment. There are a few options here, so I will only cover a few. Tiger Stripe Shuko. The legendary arm equipment will reward you by playing more than 1 attack action card with base power 2 or less. I will cover this functionality when we look at gameplay. It also has an unconditional block value of 2. But do know, being a blade break equipment, when the combat chain closes, if this defended, Tiger Stripe Shuko will be destroyed. Mask of Momentum, the legendary headpiece, has been a staple in any ninja deck for a few years now. It can be found in the first set Welcome to Wraith. It did see a reprint in History Pack 1. Its 1 per turn effect will force your opponent to make block decisions to avoid you drawing a card. Finally, we have Mask of the Pouncing Lynx. When one of your attack action hits, you can destroy this equipment to search for an attack action card with 2 or less attack power, banish it, and you may play it this turn. I'll give you an example of how to use this shortly. Do note, time of recording, Mask of the Pouncing Lynx is currently banned in the Blitz format. Alright, let's have a look at a few possible hands, only utilizing the equipment introduced today. For this first example, let's try to keep it as simple as possible. Firstly, make sure you have 1 Phoenix Flame in your graveyard. Make sure you never forget this one. Your 4 cards are Lava Vein Loyalty Red, Dust Runner Outlaw Red, Ronin Renegade Blue, Ronin Renegade Red. Let's start by playing the Red Dust Runner Outlaw. This one costs 1 resource, so we will be pitching the blue Ronin Renegade and have 2 floating resources. This attack action card has a natural go again. Next, we will play the red Lava Vein Loyalty at no cost. Since Dust Runner Outlaw is a Draconic ninja attack action, Lava Vein Loyalty will gain go again since you are now controlling 2 or more Draconic chain links. Next, we will play the red Ronin Renegade at no cost. This one has natural go again as well. With our last 2 resources, we will use our once per turn weapon attack action with Searing Emberblade. This will have go again since we are controlling more than 2 Draconic chain links. Do note that Searing Emberblade counts toward a Draconic chain link. Right now we're out of resources and cards in hand, but let's not forget about our once per turn instant hero ability. Since we are currently controlling 4 Draconic chain links, our hero instant ability will actually cost 0, meaning you can get your Phoenix Flame out of your graveyard since your Emberblade actually has go again. You can come in for an extra 1 damage with your Phoenix Flame since it is being played at Draconic chain link 2 or higher. If you prefer to push damage, you can play out your hand as per this example, or you can opt to Arsenal Ronin Renegade to set up big damage on a later turn. For the second example, we will utilize Heatwave and Phoenix Flame. Your 4 cards are Ronin Renegade Red, Flameclaw Awakening, Brandwood Cinderclaw Yellow, and Rising Resentment Red. Firstly, play Red Ronin Renegade at no cost. Then play Red Rising Resentment at no cost. Now let's pretend that the defending hero decides not to block this attack action, meaning the on-hit effect is online. We then use the one-hit effect and banish Flameclaw Awakening. You can now play this one at 0 cost since you control 2 Draconic Chain Links and Flameclaw Awakening costs 1. Since you have played another red card this turn, Flameclaw Awakening will let you search your library for a Phoenix Flame. You reveal it, place it in your hand, and shuffle your library. Next, let's play the Phoenix Flame from hand. We can then decide to destroy Heatwave at instant speed. This will give your Phoenix Flame +1 until the end of turn. This will now be coming in for 2. Let's now play our Searing Amberblade, pitching the yellow Brandwood Cinderclaw. Now remember, the Phoenix Flame you played earlier was from Flameclaw Awakening, not your hero ability, meaning you still can activate this. We activate Fi's instant ability, get the Phoenix Flame from graveyard, and play it. And this one will come in for 2 attack power from the Heatwave. Pretty amazing string of attacks here. For our third example, we'll look at Rupture. Let's pretend we already have 2 Phoenix Flames in the graveyard. Your 4 cards are Rise from the Ashes Red, Lava Vein Loyalty Yellow, Rise Up, and Blaze Headlong. Firstly, let's play our red non-attack action card, Rise from the Ashes. This will give our next Draconic or Ninja card we play this turn +3 attack power. It also lets you return a Phoenix Flame from your graveyard. Then let's play Blaze Headlong. This one will be coming in for a total of 7 attack power at no cost. Since Rise from the Ashes is a red card, Blaze Headlong has go again as well. Let's now play the Phoenix Flame from our hand for 1. After this, we'll play our Searing Emberblade, pitching the yellow Lava Vein Loyalty. Since we now control 3 Draconic Chain Link, we can use Fi's instant ability to get the other Phoenix Flame from our graveyard and play it for 1. We do have Rise Up in our hand, but we have no floating resources. We can here destroy Sash of Sendakai to gain 1 resource, since we did play a red card this turn. With the resource, we can now play Rise Up. Since we control 4 chain links, Rupture is online, meaning Rise Up has Dominate. Since we control 2 Phoenix Flames on the chain, Rise Up gains 2 times 2 attack power, meaning Rise Up will come in for the total of 7 attack power with Dominate. For our last line, we'll look at utilizing many components. Your cards are Ronin Renegade Red, Cinderskin Devotion Yellow, Blaze Headlong, and Uprising. Firstly, let's play Uprising at no cost. This will give +1 attack power to our next 4 Draconic attacks. Let's play Ronin Renegade. This will come in for a total of 4 attack power. Then, Blaze Headlong, coming in for 5 attack power. Now let's say your opponent doesn't block all of this attack action. Let's then destroy the Mask of the Pouncing Lynx, and search our library for an attack action card with 2 or less base attack power. Let's go with Lava Burst. This one is banished and we can play it this turn. Now let's play our Searing Emberblade, pitching the yellow Cinderskin Devotion. This one will come in for 4 since Uprising actually doesn't specify attack action cards. Now we can activate Fi's instant ability and return a Phoenix Flame and play it for 2 attack power. This will use up Uprising as this is our 4th Draconic attack. And then to finish, we will play our finisher Lava Burst. Now a few things will happen here. The Rupture effect does take place, so Lava Burst gains +3 attack power. But some keen eyes will notice we are actually wearing the Tiger Stripe Shuko. Since Lava Burst is the 2nd attack action card with 2 or less base attack power you played this turn, the first one being your Phoenix Flame, Lava Burst will actually gain an extra 1 attack power, bringing it to a total of 6 attack power. The legendary arm piece does have an extra bit of text saying, damage that would be dealt by this can't be prevented. What this means is that your opponent can still block the attack, just can't use damage prevention abilities or cards such as Oasis Respite to mitigate the damage. To conclude, if you prefer a faster paced playstyle, Fi might be a good pick for you. He can be incredibly punishing if your opponent is unable to block or race you efficiently. The Volkai may be regularly beaten and burned by the Imperial oppressors, but their bonds of brotherhood and sisterhood will never be broken. This was Jackie for the Fab Workshop. See you next time, and thanks for watching.